Hello, good evening, everyone. Thank you once again for joining me. I actually did the change of time this time from 7 p.m. I'm now into 6 p.m. So I'm trying some a few times. So whoever is watching out there, welcome to my show. This is Let's Talk. And for tonight, we have a topic called How to Go from Employee to Business Owner. So if you're interested, somebody who's out there and you're interested to learn what this is all about, please join me. I am Coach Charlene. I am a digital business owner, a life coach, and corporate coach. But this is something new for me, and I invite you to join me in my talk for this evening and moving forward in my Facebook and Instagram page. So, for with me tonight, I have a beautiful. She's actually a beautiful and wonderful woman that I met through this business, and I want to introduce her to you because she actually went from being an employee to really a business owner, and she's doing it. She's now a full-time digital business owner and a full-time mom at that point. So if you're interested, please wait for us and watch. So with me tonight, I will introduce you to Tara Jaywira from Australia. Hello, Tara.
Hello. Thank you so much, Charlene, for inviting me onto
I
your
know.
page, and would love
Yeah.
to share our journey. As
I know I just talking to you before the start of the show, I'm
Yeah.
so already very interested to have a conversation with you. And I just want to have everybody learn from you more because this is such a great and important thing. The fact that you were an employee and then all of a sudden now you're a full-time owner and full-time mom is so
Yes,
wonderful to hear.
yes, it's been a journey. 5 years ago, just a bit about myself. I'm a mom of two. I live in Melbourne, Australia. My background is sales and marketing. In the corporate world, I used to work as a corporate account manager for a leading health insurance company. I
Mm.
loved what I did and enjoyed the job. There were a lot of perks, etc. But 5 years ago, I just quit my job. I decided to, my biggest why uh, for quitting my job was my kids.
Mm.
I was looking for more flexibility, more time. Uh,
Right.
those two were very important to me, and that decision. From being a full-time working mom to all of a sudden a stay-at-home mom, it was a big thing. It was a big transition because I've been working pretty much since I left university. I've been working full-time, and all of a
Right.
sudden here I am, a mom. So it has been an interesting journey, and it has opened my eyes to lots and lots of opportunities as well. That's why I'm here doing this digital business.
I know. So I just want to give a little bit more background to everyone that's watching maybe tonight. Is that Tara is actually originally from Sri Lanka and then she
Yeah,
moved to Australia, isn't it?
that
And
is
so
correct.
how was it that you transitioned from Sri Lanka? Did you move them when you were young or when you were already an adult?
I came here to study, to
Oh,
continue. Yeah, so it's been it's been a while actually. I came here to complete my university,
yeah.
and I never planned to live here. I wanted to go back home, and you know start working there. But what happened was, when I was at university, I was headhunted, and I got a job straight after I graduated. I was
Wow.
offered a job, so I never went through that job hunting process as such. Straight away from university, next day I was just working full time,
Wow.
and I enjoyed what I did. Because I had a job, I just thought, okay, I'll stick around and start working. And then 22 years later, I'm still here.
That's so funny, isn't it? That your life is like 20 years corporate. Some mine is also 20 years corporate. And can you tell a little bit more of what was the switch aside from your children? What made you start thinking that okay, I need something outside of this corporate life?
Um, I did. I felt like I was just a uh, number in a company.
Oh,
Uh, that was more this, turning point. I used to travel interstate for work. I used to wake up at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, just to
wow.
catch a flight to go interstate. Uh, gave a lot of my time for the employer, but you know,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you know, what I felt was I was just a number, and if I had left, if I leave today, they will replace me. They can
yeah,
replace me straight away, and I
yeah.
didn't want to feel that way. I was working 11 months a year just to take 4 weeks vacation,
Mm,
and so both my girls, when they were born, I took 12 months maternity leave, and I
wow.
went back to work.
Right.
Um, and I don't regret that. I spent the first 12 months with them, but what I did realize is I felt like I was juggling work with kids. They were in daycare. I was dropping them to daycare. I was rushing to go to work. Uh, as soon as the work's done, I rush back, pick them
Right.
up, come home, and life became such a routine, a roller
Mm,
coaster. I felt like I was running a marathon all the time, and my girls were young back then, and they were spending more time with the daycare, not
mm,
me, and it didn't feel right. And it just didn't feel right. And
mm.
my husband is really supportive. He said, do what makes you happy. And I just thought I need to take a break from the corporate career
Right.
and be there for my kids. I didn't want to miss out on their milestones, dropping them to school, picking them
Mm.
up. And, it's been 5 years since I've left work, and since I've said goodbye to my corporate career, and I never want to look back. I love what I do right now.
Well,
I feel
yeah, so can you tell me more as in what really helped you find this business that we're talking about right now? What was the way that you found it?
I always knew, even though I was all of a sudden I'm now a stay-at-home mom, but I
Right.
always knew I can find something. I can do something at home around my kids. So I was looking into all sorts of different things, but nothing really felt right. I was still giving my time for money. I
Mm.
was looking at virtual assistants, data entry, or
Yeah. Yeah.
all these drop shipping, everything. I, I was spending so much time. I will still, work while my kids were home. So I was looking for something that's more, flexible. And then it's funny. I was just scrolling on Facebook one day, and I came across this um, ad of. It's funny. She was also a Filipino living in Sydney, talking about her life, and how she was juggling being a nurse and looking after her son. And I thought, hey, hang on, this is me. I felt like she was just talking about me. And I just thought I want to check it out. And it was just that 90 minutes workshop that really opened my eyes, and I just never looked back. I
Mm.
really want, because what really attracted me was uh, it's that the business runs in the background
Mm-hmm.
uh, while you do the things you love. I mean, our business runs while we sleep. So the automation part really got me, and I wanted to check out, and I just watched the workshop, and yeah, that was it for me.
Maybe for some, maybe you can give them a little bit more information as to what do you mean by working while you're sleeping, or working while running in the background? What does it mean for you?
Yes. So what we offer is it's like a business in a box. There's a business model. It's already been done for you. Um, Only thing what we need from you is willingness to learn,
Mm.
drive to make a change. Um, so the business model is there. What you need to do is um, the training, the resources, the tools, everything is available for you. You just need to plug in and
Mm-hmm.
start the business. And
Mm.
uh, our business model has been proven. I think our community is 5 years old now in
Yeah.
November. And I remember when I started back in 2019, I've been doing this for 2 years now. Um, there were 18,000 people in our private
18,
community,
one
online.
eight.
Now we've
It's
got
100.
100, yeah, 100,000. So it's uh, 2020 was the biggest growth I saw in our community as
Yeah.
well as my business, because the pandemic really surprised us a lot. A lot of people turned into the online world. A lot of people were forced not to work.
Yeah.
A lot of people were forced out of a job.
Yeah.
People needed another income stream, and that's when they started looking online. So that's why we saw such a big growth last
Right.
year.
Yeah. Can you imagine, from 2 years, 18,000, it jumped by 82,000 people
Yes,
in
yes,
in just 2 years?
yes.
Wow.
I,
That's
I,
so.
I, I was looking at stats. January 2020, we were 30,000. And by December 2020, we were around 65,000.
Wow. So it's really the pandemic that really put people in this business.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. Actually, for me, I actually joined 2021, right? So for me, it's like, okay, it's going, but then I can just see how people are just signing up all the time, and then the numbers keep on growing. I know, I remember it was only we added 20,000 in just I think 2 3 months.
yes,
20,000 in 3 months. I
yes,
can't believe how fast the growth is. Can
yes.
you? Yeah.
And
And so, yeah, go ahead.
and again, most of the members in our community, they work full time. They all have full time jobs. The reason why they started this business is because they needed a side. They needed something
Yeah,
extra.
yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of people wanted to retire early. They want to pay their mortgage. They want the freedom of travel time.
yeah.
That's the main reason why they started this side hustle.
Right. Thank you. Hi, Gilda. Hello. She's one of the my mentors as well here in learning. So I met her online as well with this business. I truly appreciate the all out support, and it's all powerful women. That's also something that I want to share. Right. That's I think there's a lot more women in this business than men. That's what I noticed anyway. And then the community is actually more. It's attracting a lot of powerful women that like
Yes,
even moms that are working full time, corporate wives, corporate women, and then all of a sudden, they just wanna this. They just decided that because of the pandemic, it's time for me to find something better, because at the end of the day, nothing is secure.
yes. We've got lawyers, we've got doctors, stay-at-home moms, people in construction, people in healthcare, retail.
Yeah.
We've got a
Business,
mix.
pizza owners, pizza restaurant businesses, truck truck company owners,
Yes, that's
truck
drivers.
drivers. So I truly appreciate the variety of the people that are here. Not
Yes,
only the white collar, but you also have the blue collar workers, and they're all doing great. And they
yes,
started from the same level as everybody else, right? And
yeah,
I that's what I wanted to share with you, and maybe Tara, you can share with everybody who's watching out there. If you're and is this something that is legitimate, right? A lot of people want to ask that, and so I just want to have you answer that question to them as well.
absolutely. It's legitimate. I pay tax on what I earn in this business. Uh, I pay tax to the Australian government. Uh, we are um, we are global. It's a global business. Um, right now I'm self-employed. I can incorporate this business. In about a year's time, I'll be incorporating as a business. So it is definitely legitimate. We pay tax. All other countries pay tax as well. Um, on top of it, you don't need to have prior business experience. A lot of people are like, but I don't have any experience. I've never
Mm.
owned a business before. You don't have to. We will teach you everything that you need to know. Our step by step training is fantastic. And you don't need to be tech savvy either. you know um, all of that is taken care for us. Our back end office staff members are fantastic. They're always there, and we are 24/7. We've got people from all over the world, and I always say this community is one of the other reasons what really attracted me to this business. I've met so many people I wouldn't have met otherwise. Um, I've been speaking to people from France, Germany, Canada, USA, New Zealand, uh, Africa. So we are global. It's legitimate. Um, you know, it's no harm to do your due diligence before you actually check out an opportunity. That's one why we have our 90 minutes workshop, which lays out all the ins and outs about this business.
Thank you for that. That's so interesting. So I also want to have you share maybe, Tara, since you started this business, how has your life been? What's the big change that you've noticed in your life since you started?
I feel much more, what do I say, relaxed. That I when I was working full time, I always felt like running a marathon. Monday
Mm.
to Friday was such a routine. Everything was just a routine. Now, I wake up, um, and I just look forward to looking at my emails because I know that there are at least 4 to 5 inquiries from people all over the world. Because as I said before, the online world works 24/7.
Hmm.
And your I mean, this pandemic happened and the world kind of stopped, isn't it? World
Yeah,
stopped,
yeah,
but the online world didn't stop. It
yeah.
just it
Boom.
grew, yeah, so
Yeah.
boomed, exactly. Yeah, so I feel very fulfilled. I just feel like
Wow.
I feel like I found my purpose of helping other hardworking parents, hardworking individuals find another way to supplement their
Yeah,
income, find
yeah,
another way. And when I speak to people from all over the world, I love hearing their stories. Everyone has a different story, everyone has a different why.
yeah.
My why is different to your why. And talking to them and getting them helping them start this business, it just gives me such joy. If I can
Right.
help one person a little bit to improve
Yeah,
their life, I think I've done my duty. So I
yeah.
do feel um, because as I said before, you work for 20, 30 years in the corporate world. When you retire, that's it.
Exactly.
That's it. You're just a number.
Exactly.
They'll
Exactly.
forget you and they'll move on. Whereas this is more, I'm building this business for my kids. I'm leaving a legacy. One day I can give this to my kids and say, yeah, go for it. So I'm really proud and I'm so grateful that I came across this business. I think I'm glad. Actually, I was looking for 2 years. To be honest, I was looking for two. I left my I quit my job in 2016, and I
Uh-huh.
found this job in 2019. So 2 years I was looking, and
Oh,
believe me, I came across lots and lots of opportunities, but nothing felt right. That intuition, your gut,
yes. Yes,
nothing
yes.
felt right. And when I landed on this, I was like, yes, this is it.
Yeah, and truly, I truly can relate to what you're saying, that when you talk about being a number in corporate, you know, just as you step out the door, even outside, even not stepping out the door, just as on that part where you hand in your resignation, you're already replaceable.
Oh,
you're
yes.
already you're
Oh,
already
yes.
not needed, right? And all of
Exactly.
a sudden you're forgotten, because when they're already having meetings, it's like, oh, you're not needed here anymore.
Yeah.
You resign, right?
Yeah.
And I can really feel that, because that really was also how I felt when I left corporate world as well. And it really felt that way, that you can really feel that the sacrifice that you had for all those years is not even just about the effort and the energy, but it's about your life, because there were a
Exactly.
lot of lost time, especially in my life. That was how I felt. I actually lost a lot of precious time in my life, because I
Yeah.
had to really, I felt that I had to give everything that I was to the business, to the work.
Yes. Yeah.
And so what was the payout? The payout was stress, burnout,
And
physical
lost
health,
time.
lost time, no family problems, all those things. I really had those. And so it really helps me to understand how you're feeling as well when you're
Yeah.
saying that. And it's good that while your children are young, they won't be feeling mommy being stressed, being burnt out all the time.
Yeah.
And
And
hi, oh, by the way, I'll just stop. Kai Kadek from Perth, and she's just saying, yeah, and she's saying, yeah, I've been in corporate world for 20 years. What is this 20 years? Everyone is like 20 years.
that's really,
I know
that's it. Yeah.
everyone I meet is like 20 years is their magic number in corporate.
Number.
Whereas before, you would think that when you come into business, and this is what we've been talking to a lot of people that I know, right? When you're talking about go, this is, I think, maybe the Gen Xers, or the not really the Gen Ys, but maybe the
Mm.
Gen Xers are the ones that were growing up and said, and were told, no, you have to study well, you have to work and find that corporate world, and you
Yes.
are going to be there until you retire.
Exactly. See, that's the thing, it was the norm back then. Study, that, when you're young,
Yeah.
goal our goal was to study, right? And go to university and get a job. That's it.
So
So,
Gilda is saying, she's saying 20 years is when people realize enough is enough.
yes,
Oh
I
my
think,
God. Can you imagine 20 years is such a long time? And
yes,
yet it's not like we're stupid women, right? It's
yeah,
like, but yet it took us 20 years to realize that.
yeah, but then again, 20 years ago, the online world was not, it was kind of there, but we didn't
So
have
true.
this kind of opportunity
So
now.
true.
See, that's the thing. The times are
That's so
changing now. You
true.
know, our kids, you know, who knows what our kids will end up doing. You know,
So
I always
true.
tell my kids, you need to follow your heart, follow your passion,
Right.
um, do what makes you happy, because life is short.
Right.
Why be stuck in something that you don't want to do? You don't want to wake up every morning and think, oh, another day. You know, you don't want to be in a job where it does not make you feel happy. There's no purpose.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
always tell people, listen, doesn't matter if it's your career, your personal life. If you're not happy in any areas of your
Yeah.
life, please make a change, make that
Right.
step.
I'll stop here. Jordan Min is saying, hello. Hello, Jordan. Nice meeting
Yeah.
you. So we're having a conversation about what is it like to realize after 20 years that there is life beyond the corporate world,
Ah,
right?
yes,
And
definitely.
you're so right, Tara, when you said that the internet or the online world was not as savvy or as high tech or as what you would call what we call maybe it's mature as
Yeah.
when it was 10 years ago. I think that's one of the major things. And that's the reason why right now, when people sign up and think of an online business, this is the right business for them. I mean, the fact that this is the one that's booming, imagine in 3 months you have 20,000 people joining. Where else can you find that kind of business where you have people have no knowledge and everybody starts on the same level, whether
Yes.
you are an expert or not? Because Tara was a sales and marketing expert. I thought I was a marketing expert, but when you're here, whatever you know, you start at zero. You really
Exactly.
start at zero. You
Yes.
come here with curiosity and a mind like a baby and like mind like a sponge, and
Yeah.
that's the only way to start.
Absolutely right. As I said, we've got people between the age of 18 up to 80.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the oldest is our digital granny who's 80 years old doing this, running this business. So
Oh, I
age is,
never know she was 80 years old was
yes,
the
yeah,
oldest.
I had a chat with her a couple of months ago, lovely lady from Canada. And age is just a number in
Yeah.
this business. You can start, that our training is so simple. Even my 10-year-old can follow the instructions,
Mm, mm,
and they're interesting. The training is interesting as well.
yeah.
um,
Well, yeah, that's so true. And there are a lot of things that you're gonna be learning here. Like I said, like Gilda and the women that I'm with, the kind of support that they give each other is so tremendous. And we're not on the same team, by the way.
yes.
I just bugged them. I told them, please let me in, please let me join, and they let me join their group. So I mean, there is so many things that is wonderful about this business, not just about the monetary earnings, but it's also about the fact that Tara is in Australia. I'm here in the Philippines. I have people who are in US. I met a lot of people from Uganda, South Africa. So I mean, these are the typical people that you meet in this world, in this online world. And the fact that we are able to talk and have a conversation like this that we're doing right now is so wonderful. So maybe Tara, for I don't want to take so much of your time. I know your kids are behind you. You told them to quiet down. So is there any last things that you want to share to the people out there, or last tips that you want to share?
Yeah, I always tell people nothing changes if nothing changes. Change only happens when you make, only you can make that change. um, if you want to, if you think you want to try something, or anything in your life, as I said, any areas in your life, if you think you're not unhappy or you need a change, don't be afraid to check things out.
Yeah.
The online world is there's so many possibilities out there, and we are living in that digital age. Opportunities are endless. So
Yeah.
we should be grateful and you know willing to learn new things. And if you have that drive, as Charlene said, we just you need to yeah, only you can make it happen. That's what
Yeah.
I say. I realized I wasn't happy where I was back then, and I just decided, okay, this is what I want to do, and
Yeah.
that led me to this business, and I've
Wonderful.
never been happier in my life.
Thank you for that, Tara. So before I say my piece, I just want to share also what Gilda is saying. She's just saying that here in this business, we really empower each other regardless of the experience. And this is so true. It's not about you, whether you're, because sometimes you're a vice president, but here everybody is equal. There's no
Equal.
vice president, everybody's in the same level. And you can actually reach out to everybody, literally everybody here, and they will respond to you without any judgment or criticism. I think that's what also people should really own up to, especially when you're just starting a business. You really need the support system. and the
Yes,
fact that and the fact that if you are a first time business owner, or you're thinking to have your first time business, why not have something like a business wherein all the support and system is set, and all you need to do is learn the mechanics of it and start putting in, of course, your own investment. I just want to share that to all people out there. There really is an investment, but the investment that you will put in is not as huge as putting up a franchise business, putting up a brick and mortar. This is totally like one fourth of the capital that you have to put up versus any of the other businesses that are out there right now. And this is already an already proven, tried and tested system, as well as a global business. So you can
yes,
actually reach people across the world, not just within your country, but outside of your country. And maybe that's the reason why we've been growing like, 10, 20,000 every month. Month on month, we're growing that many people signing up. And the fact that we're only 100,000 versus 8 billion in the world, we're like just a drop in the bucket. There's still
that's
more
correct.
there's still more room to grow. So I invite you, everyone who's still maybe wondering whether you still should not. Well, the first thing is, like I said, Tony Robbins also says this: knowledge is not power, knowledge is just potential power. Action is power. So the
That's
action is in your hands. You're the one who will make the decision. And the first thing you need to do is just sign up for a free training. So, with that, I just want to thank you, everyone, for watching and being here tonight. I thank you once again, Tara, for your time. I super appreciate your time and so honored for you to be here.
Thank you so much, Charlene. I loved sharing my story, and I can't wait to see you thrive in this business. And I'll always be there to, celebrate all your milestones. So
Thank
can't
you.
wait.
Thank you. I'm gonna pick your brain. We didn't finish our conversation yet, but before we end, I just want to say hi. Hi, Maria, Isa. Hello. She's watching from New York. Hello. So sorry, but we're finished. I don't wanna extend our time with Tara, but I do appreciate if you can watch and comment below. And if not, for anybody else who's watching, who's not part of our group, please sign up and attend our free training. With that, thank you for watching. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. Bye bye, guys.
Thank you. Good night.